Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of my Beat the Market series here on Doetsch Money. We're starting with $20K cash and adding in $500 each week to see how long it takes to hit six figures. The catch is that half of our money is going to go into an index fund, and the other half will go into hand-picked stocks to try to beat the index. In addition to reviewing stocks and talking about the portfolio management strategy, we're also going to spend some time each week talking about various aspects of personal finance, like budgeting, saving, and investing. I'll be releasing one episode each week, this being episode 1. The first part of each video will be an update of the portfolio's performance, and the second part will cover the topic of the week. In this case, that topic will be information about the two major questions that this video series will answer. So, on to the first 3 trades of the series. I use Vanguard as a trading platform because the platform's easy to use, totally free for equities, bonds, and ETFs, and is extremely reliable, unlike certain other platforms that have crashed on me during periods of high volume or have shady business practices and ethics. I'm looking at you, Robinhood. The first trade is to set up the index fund. We're starting with $20,000 total, so we're going to put 10 of that into the index fund. I'm editing this a week late, so these trades all actually executed on Monday, August 2nd. We were able to get almost 91 shares of VTSAX at $110.15 per share, for a total of exactly $10,000. With $10,000 left, I wanted to split that as evenly as I could between the first 2 stocks that I'm going to choose. The first is a company that has done very well for me in my main trading account, and that I believe is still underpriced compared to where it should be. Thanks to my wife, who is a die-hard, massive fan, our family is also a huge consumer of this company, and that is the Walt Disney Company. Our buy order for 28 shares executed at $176.68 for a total of $4,946.90. The last trade of the week is a company that is near and dear to me as an Atlanta native. No, it's not Coke or Home Depot, although both of those would be solid Atlanta choices. No, our third and final trade of the week is Delta Airlines, where we bought 125 shares at $40.15 per share for a total of $5,018.56. If you're curious about why I chose these stocks, tune in next week for a more detailed analysis of VTSAX, Delta, and Disney. For this week, we're going to talk about the 2 main questions that this channel will answer. The first is whether or not we can beat the market by selecting stocks that we think are undervalued, and the second is how long we think it will take to grow our portfolio to a $100,000 value. So, can we beat the market? In the mid-2000s, Warren Buffett placed $1 million bet against some hedge funds, claiming that, after factoring in the expensive hedge fund management fees, none of the funds would be able to beat the return of an S&P 500 index fund over 10 years. The hedge funds confidently accepted his bet, but 10 years later, the hedge funds admitted defeat and conceded their millions to Warren Buffett. Can I beat the market for this channel? Can anyone beat the market consistently over time? That is an immensely complicated question that many experienced traders still debate to this day. Personally, I think the answer is no. If you're trading stocks, bonds, currency, derivatives like options and futures, you're competing against billion-dollar companies with advanced trading algorithms that can read a tweet, decide if the tweet has any impact on any stocks, decide if it should make a trade, and if so, execute that trade, all faster than the time it takes for that tweet to load on your smartphone. My prediction is that no. Over time, the index fund half of this portfolio will start to overtake the stock half. That said, it's highly possible that we'll have some great trades and may even beat the market occasionally. The billion-dollar hedge funds can't beat the market consistently, so I don't think I'll be able to either. But we're going to do our best to try anyway. The second question is to guess how long it will take to grow our portfolio to a $100,000 value. There's a link in the description to a compound interest calculator that you should become familiar with if you're not already. As I said earlier, we're starting with $20,000, which is our initial investment on the calculator. We're adding $500 per week, which actually comes out to $2,166 a month. At an estimated growth rate of 7%, which is what I usually use when estimating market growth, it should take just under 3 years to get our portfolio to $100,000, if the market behaves historically and predictably, which it won't. It's possible that inflation kicks in, the value of the dollar drops, which effectively inflates the stock prices, and that could get us there in less than 2 years. It's also possible that 2.5 years from now, we get the COVID-19 Omega variant that wipes out the economy and cuts all of our equity values in half. We definitely can't predict it with certainty, but my official goal for the channel is that we'll hit $100,000 by August of 2024. What are your predictions for when we hit the 100K mark? What stocks would you like to see me evaluate or pick for future episodes? What questions about personal finance or investing do you have for me? Invest in the like button, comment below, and if you want to follow along, subscribe and hit the notification bell for alerts every week when I post my update. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Doetsch Money.